Okay, and welcome back to another diabolical video. I am a disaster, and this is Joinery. So today we are doing a door repair on a summer house. The door's knackered. The wood needs splicing pretty much, so I thought, hey, this is a good video to show how to do a splice. Pretty unplanned video, just like me. Unplanned. What is a splice? Well, as you can see, the wood is very rotten right there. It's not very good and it's pretty much all the same all along. Pretty much it's taking damaged wood out of one bit and replacing it with new wood. That's a splice, pretty simple. So both doors have been attacked by weather, bugs and more weather. These doors come off of the, I'm not too sure if any of you have fitted them. I've actually built one in the past. It's a photo on my Instagram actually of me lying on a roof, posing like an absolute gentleman. And the summer houses are ones that are ready made and you just pretty much build them out of, it's kind of like a tongue and groove system out of 4x2s, and they just all slot in to one another to build the walls and put the doors on, and that's pretty much it. And it's all made out of non-treated softwood, which is never good. So, what did I get? So I bought some redwood PSE. Now they do usually refer to this as PSE at Haworth, which is plain square edge, or PAR, which is planed all round. So you can say par if you play golf like me, and I can't get a par. Now redwood is great to use outside. It's naturally water repellent, plus I am going to be painting this as well. And because this is a door, I need to protect it all as well. So this stuff is very good. So I mean, that was pretty easy. Okay, so the basic process of what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 45 on the legs, both legs, so then another piece can sit in and I can screw through the edge, and then all these infill pieces are going to be jointed into the leg and also jointed into one another. Okay, so that's pretty good, so that means I can cut this section out here, because I think the rot only extends up to this point. So if I just follow that line, cut that off at 45 there. All that rotten wood out, so that's all gone now. So I measured from the original height of the doors was 1715 tall. Now from the top to there is 1614. So I've minused it all, and it's about 100 mil from the top to that point. But I'm just going to measure 101 mil, and then double 45, and that will give me that exact measurement. Okay, so annoyingly, I thought all that footage of me cutting these that it was filming, but it wasn't. Okay, so I've cut my two pieces for the inside sections, and then I've also finished these off, so I've got my groove in the middle. Is it focused? Focus on me. Yeah, so then I've got my groove in the middle, and then on the bottom I've put two weather strips there as a drip, so any water gets on it, it definitely drips off. And then on the front of this one I do need to polish it up a little bit from the saw marks, so that'll be done later on when I'm polishing things up, so that's fine. So I just need to cut them down. I've cut them both to 480. They're both cut to 480, and then they're going to be 120 overall. I need to cut my 10mm groove in the bottom of my tongue, 10mm groove, sorry, and then on the top I need to cut my tongue. Not my tongue, that tongue, shut up. Okay, so I've done all my pieces now, so that's my, wow, it's zoomed in. So this is my pieces now, so this is what I've done to them. So that should be the exact same as the old one, which has the chamfer on top. I don't know if you can see that properly. You see the chamfer on top, and it has a chamfer on the back, and that one now has the exact same. They're both 45 degrees. I've got all my tongues on. I've done my groove, and it all slots into place. It's just now cleaning the rubbish out of the old one and fettling it in, gluing it up, putting it in, giving these a little bit of a sand down actually before I put them in, because chamfers have got all the blade marks on them. Might need a bit of a hand plane actually, taking all that rubbish off the hand plane that. And then putting it in, and yeah, get all that in there, lovely. Alright, so we're on our second door. I'm just going to cut these two pieces. Everything's the exact same, so it should be a doddle. I'm just going to rip these down to the width I need them, i.e. thickness of the door, and then I've got to cut them down to 120 and then do all my fancy cuts and blah, blah, blah. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut out all around my lines, and then that should give me the shape, and then I just match it all up with the 45s when I've done all that, so it should be pretty cool. So if you're wondering how I'm getting the mitre on them, on that actually really tight, it's on the old one, it's roughly a 2mm gap from the edge of the tongue, so it starts there. And what I do is I just roughly line that part up with the top of my blade, and then I just run it through. Sometimes joinery is just a lot easier if you just put things up to where they need to be, and then you can just see and visualise. It makes everything easier. However, on the tongue side, I've really got to set the blade depth so that it doesn't cut into this tongue. Whereas on this one, it can stick out as far as it wants. It can cut straight into this because the mitre, if this table saw sets, say if it sets back that way, and I have this tongue here and it sets back that way, and I have it sticking right up here, it'll cut straight through my tongue. So I don't really want that to happen because that's a main fixing point. So it doesn't matter on the groove side, but on the tongue side it does matter. So if you are mitering, say TNG boards for a edge, I mean you can use a router, but if you are to use a table saw or whatnot, just keep that in mind and just put it up, see what it's like, and then adjust. So I'll set this to 45, and I'm just gonna have a cheeky look here. That's about right, so I'm just gonna do a little test cut.